That sharp, burning pain shooting down your leg. That moment when you shift in your chair and suddenly you can't move. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Sciatica doesn't just hurt, it steals moments from your life. It stops you from sleeping. It stops you from walking freely. It makes you afraid to bend down, stand up, or even sit still for too long. And here's what nobody tells you. Most people suffering with sciatica pain right now are doing one thing every single day that is making it dramatically worse. Not on purpose, they simply don't know. And doctors? Most appointments last 7 minutes. You walk out with a painkiller prescription and 0 real answers. So the pain comes back every day, sometimes worse than before. But today, that changes. Because in this video, I'm going to show you something that most people with sciatica have never been told. A method so simple, you can do it right where you're sitting right now. No equipment, no clinic, no waiting. Thousands of people have used this exact approach to go from barely able to walk to moving freely again. Some felt a difference in minutes. I know that sounds hard to believe, I understand, but stay with me, because by the time you reach the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this works and why nobody showed you this sooner. Let's begin. Part 1. Let me ask you something honest. How long have you been living with this pain? Weeks? Months? Maybe longer than you want to admit? You've tried resting. You've tried heat pads. Maybe you've even tried ignoring it, hoping one morning you'd wake up and it would just be gone. But it wasn't gone, was it? Here's why, and this is the part most people never hear. Sciatica is not just a back problem. It's not just a nerve problem. It is a pressure problem. Deep inside your lower back, there is one nerve, the sciatic nerve, and it is the longest, most powerful nerve in your entire body. It runs from the base of your spine, through your hips, down through your thighs, all the way to the tips of your toes. When something presses against it, a bulging disc, a tight muscle, inflammation, even the way you've been sitting for years, that nerve sends fire through your entire leg. That burning, that numbness, that stabbing shock when you move the wrong way. That is your body screaming at you. Not because it is broken, but because something is pressing where it shouldn't be pressing, and your body wants it released. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most people reach for a painkiller at this point, and yes, for an hour or two, the pain quiets down, but the pressure, still there. The nerve, still trapped. And the moment that painkiller fades, the fire comes back, sometimes even stronger. This is the cycle that keeps millions of people stuck for years. But what if the answer wasn't about killing the pain? What if it was about releasing the pressure? Think about it like this. Imagine a garden hose. You step on it, water stops flowing. You don't fix the hose. You don't replace the water. You simply remove your foot, and everything flows again naturally. Your sciatic nerve works the same way. The moment you release the pressure that is trapping it, the pain signal stops. The burning fades. The numbness begins to lift. Not because you masked it, because you actually fixed the source. And that is exactly what I'm going to show you how to do. But first, you need to understand one thing that almost everyone gets completely wrong about sciatica. One mistake that is so common, so ordinary, that you are probably doing it right now without even realizing it. And once you see it, you will never unsee it. No meta commentary about the series structure. Here is the mistake, and I want you to really hear this because this one thing could be the entire reason your pain has never fully gone away. When sciatica pain hits, what is the first thing most people do? They stop moving. They lie down. They stay still. They protect the area. They think if I just rest long enough, the nerve will calm down, the pain will pass, and I'll be okay. And that feels logical, it feels safe, it feels like the right thing to do. But here's the truth that changes everything. Stillness is not healing sciatica. Stillness is feeding it. When you stop moving, the muscles around your lower back and hips begin to tighten. And as they tighten, they squeeze. And as they squeeze, that pressure on the sciatic nerve increases. Slowly, quietly, without you even feeling it happen in the moment. So you rest for 2 days, you feel a little better, you get up, you take 3 steps, and the pain explodes back like it never left. That is not bad luck. That is the cycle of stillness making everything worse. Now, I'm not saying you should push through agony. That's not what this is about. What I am saying is this: the body was designed to move. The spine was designed to move. And the sciatic nerve, that long, powerful nerve running all the way down your leg, it needs movement to breathe, to decompress, to release. So what does the right movement actually look like? This is where most advice fails people. They get told, stretch your hamstrings, do yoga, go for a walk. And some of that isn't wrong, but it's incomplete because random movement without intention can actually irritate the nerve further. What the sciatic nerve responds to is specific, targeted decompression. Gentle, controlled, done in the right sequence. And the most powerful starting point is something almost embarrassingly simple. It begins with your hip, your piriformis muscle. Sitting deep inside your glute, most people have never even heard of it. But this one small muscle, when it tightens, and it tightens in almost every person who sits for long hours, who has had past injuries, or who is over the age of 40, it wraps directly around the sciatic nerve and squeezes it like a fist. That is why the pain shoots down the leg. That is why it burns in the hip. That is why no amount of back massage ever fully solves it, because the real trap is deeper. Now, here is the moment where everything shifts. Lie on your back, bend both knees, feet flat on the surface beneath you. Now, cross the ankle of your painful leg over the opposite knee, like a figure 4, like you're sitting casually except you're lying down. Gently, and I mean gently, pull the uncrossed leg toward your chest. You will feel it immediately, that deep, almost aching stretch pulling through your hip and glute. That is the piriformis releasing. That is the grip around your sciatic nerve beginning to loosen. Hold it. Breathe slowly. Don't fight it. Don't force it. 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Let the muscle surrender on its own. And then something happens that people don't expect. A warmth, a subtle shift, like something that was locked just quietly unlocked. Some people feel it in their hip first. Some feel it travel down the leg. Some feel the numbness in their foot begin to soften, like circulation returning after your leg had fallen asleep. This is not a miracle. This is anatomy working exactly as it was designed to work. But here's what I need you to understand. This is only the beginning of the release. The piriformis is the door, but behind that door, there is something even more important waiting. Something that determines whether this relief lasts for an hour or whether it holds for days, weeks, and beyond. Most people stop right here. They feel better, they stand up, they go about their day, and by evening the pain is creeping back. The ones who don't go back, they do one more thing. One final step that locks the relief in place. And that is exactly where we are going right now. Part 3. There is a moment right after the stretch when your body is in a very specific state. The muscle has softened, the nerve has a little more room, the pressure has eased just enough. And in that moment, your body is listening, more than it ever is during the rest of the day, more than it is when you're walking around, sitting at your desk, going through your routine. Right in that window, what you do next determines everything. Most people stand up too fast. They feel the relief, they think they're done, they jump up and go back to whatever they were doing, and within hours, the tightness returns. The piriformis grips again, the nerve gets trapped again, and they wonder why the stretch stopped working. It didn't stop working. They simply closed the window before the body could finish what it started. So here's what you do instead. Stay down. Don't rush. After the figure 4 stretch, slowly lower both feet back flat to the ground, knees still bent. Now, place both hands gently on your lower abdomen, just below your navel, and breathe. Not chest breathing, not shallow breathing, deep, slow, deliberate belly breathing, where you feel your hands rise with every inhale and fall with every exhale. This is not relaxation for the sake of relaxation. This is neurological reset. When the sciatic nerve has been compressed and irritated, the surrounding muscles stay in a constant low-level state of alarm. Even after the physical pressure is released, the nervous system keeps those muscles slightly contracted, slightly braced, ready for the pain to return. This is why so many people stretch and feel better and then tighten right back up again within the hour. The belly breathing breaks that alarm signal. It tells the nervous system the threat is over. You can let go now, fully, completely. 3 minutes. That's all it takes. 3 minutes of slow, deep breathing right after the stretch, and the relief begins to settle deeper into the tissue, into the nerve pathway, into the muscle memory. And now, the final piece. This is the one most people never hear, the one that separates people who manage sciatica from people who actually overcome it. Position. Not a stretch, not an exercise, simply how you hold your body during the hours you are not thinking about it. Because here's the reality, you can do every stretch perfectly, you can breathe correctly, you can release the piriformis beautifully, and then you can sit back down in the same position that caused the compression in the first place, and undo everything within 20 minutes. The sciatic nerve is not fragile, but it is honest. It responds to what you consistently give it. So, when you sit, make sure your weight is even across both hips, not leaning to one side, not crossing your legs, not sinking into a soft sofa that tilts your pelvis backward and collapses your lower spine. Sit like your spine has something to say, upright, supported, aware. When you stand, do not lock your knees. Do not push one hip out to the side. Stand balanced. Weight through both feet equally. When you sleep, and this is critical for people who wake up with pain, do not sleep flat on your back with straight legs. Place a pillow beneath your knees. This one simple change reduces sciatic nerve tension through the entire night while you sleep. Small things, but compounded every single day, these small things change everything. Now, I want to leave you with something important. You are not broken. Your spine is not finished. Your nerve is not permanently damaged. Not if you act with understanding rather than fear. Sciatica is one of the most treatable conditions in the human body. Not with surgery, not always with injections, often with knowledge, with consistency, with the right pressure released in the right place at the right time. The people who heal from sciatica are not the ones who found the most expensive treatment. They are the ones who understood what their body was actually asking for and gave it exactly that. You just took the first real step toward that, and your body right now is already responding. Give it the respect it deserves. Move with intention. Rest with purpose, and trust that a body that has carried you this far still has a very long way left to go.